So this is the mesh combining portion of the FBX Editor. The main feature of this is, in its name, it's going to add the ability to combine meshes for an FBX and then apply it to your original FBX. So here we have a catapult and it looks fine, but the issue is that when we expand it, we see that basically every component of it is separate. And this is really bad for draw calls and performance. And also if I just want, let's drag this out really quick. Let's say I want the top part to rotate. Let's enable outline selection. Let's say I want the top part of this to rotate when it aims at a target. This is going to be really difficult when we have every component separate. So let's open the FBX Editor. We're going to go to Tools, FBX Editor. I'll delete this scene one. I'm going to drag in my FBX Editor. Again, FBX editing means we are FBX editing. So let's go to the Mesh Combining tab. There's a note here that says add 2 or more mesh objects from your active editing copy. They will be combined into a single new mesh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this model from the top, the bottom, and the bolt. So 3 objects in total. So to do this, let's try selecting the top section. I'm going to actually go into 2D mode. Right. Select this port. And then if I move it, that looks correct. I'm going to remove this bolt. So this is the top part of the ballista. I'm going to drag it here, combine the meshes, and then you'll see it'll create a new mesh wherever we save it to. And it'll create a new object with that new mesh. So we can actually delete these old parts. And as we learned in the hierarchy section, if you delete objects within here and then save the changes, it will actually delete them as well. So we combined the top half and deleted the old objects. Let's do it for the bottom half. Right, and that's much easier. I accidentally selected my scene, but let's add these here, combine the meshes again. And as we can see, in our project editor, we've created a new mesh. I'm going to delete the old objects. And there we go. We have the bolts. I'm going to rename it. The top. And then the bottom. And let's see if we can rotate it. Oops. It's a bit strange. Just rotate the top right now. And there we go. We can see that we would have to edit the pivot to center it here instead of here. That'll be the next tutorial actually, but we can see that we separated and combined each of the combine the old FBX. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save a copy. I'll just do combined. And then I'm going to exit this out. So this is the old version. See maybe like a dozen pieces. And this is the new version. Just 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. So that is more or less the functionality. Oh, actually, very quickly, I highly recommend this new one. Recalculate the normals. And it should look better. The material still looks a bit off for some reason. Let's investigate that. Right, so the reason why this model looks strange compared to the original, just make sure when you make your combinations, you apply the original materials. So let's lock this here, go to the model, textures, and apply the original materials. And there we go. They look almost identical. Yeah, and so the next tutorial we're going to cover the pivot editor.